Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my review for the 2021 version of West Side Story. So, this is a movie I went to see the other week with my church group. Every January, my church goes to see movies in theaters. Um, it's a kind of like this faith and film series we do, and we see it on a Monday. The next Sunday, we talk about it in the service. It's kind of that entire thing. Um, so one of the movies we've seen this month was West Side Story. I had never seen any adaptation of this before. I've never seen the stage adaptation. I've never seen the original movie adaptation. There's certain things I knew about it just because it's like, pop culture, snapping and everything. I can't snap at all, but you get the idea. There's certain things, yeah, I knew about it. Um, and there's even a song in this I knew, like very much knew and loved, and I had no idea it was from this. It's the I Feel Pretty song. I had no idea that was from West Side Story. I knew it from The Muppet Show. That's where I first heard I Feel Pretty, The Muppet Show. And I just always loved the song. I never knew it was from West Side Story. But yeah, so I saw this film for the again first time seeing any adaptation of this, and it was okay. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't like amazing or anything. It had some issues for me, for sure. And honestly, it was basically just a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, just in a 30s, 20s, 30s. I'm not 100% sure on the time period it's supposed to be in. But a more modern New York City instead of, Valencia or wherever Romeo and Juliet was. I think it was Valencia. Was it Valencia? I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I've read that. But either way, so basically there's these two rival gangs in New York. You have the Jets and the Sharks. The Jets are the white kids, and the Sharks are the Puerto Rican immigrants. Yeah, racism is very much a heavy thing in this. Um, and the movie tries to make you feel bad for both sides, but the problem is that the Jets are 100% the bad guys here, and that the Sharks, while they definitely do some bad things, are a lot better in pretty much every way. Like the Jets are racist, they're transphobic. There's actually a trans character in this who I guess in the original movie was just a tomboy. But in this he's actually trans and played by a trans actor. Um, but the Jets are racist, they're transphobic, they're just honestly just general pieces of shit. There's even a scene where they try to rape a girl. And it's like, oh my fucking god, these people are the worst. And then the Puerto Ricans, it's like, yeah, again, they do bad things and they have some harsh ideas, but they honestly, almost everything about the Puerto Rican side is justified. Their dislike for the white people of New York, very much justified considering the racism they face all the time. The fact that they were kind of driven into creating their own gang just to survive, justified because of how in danger they are just by being there because of them being of color. It's horrific the kind of shit they go through. And again, it tries to make the Jets sympathetic too, but it fails so hard. And honestly, I just can't stand them. And let's talk about that trans character. The trans character who is almost barely in the film in the first place. The character's name is Nobody's, and he's maybe in the film for 5 minutes of total screen time. And he has absolutely no purpose in the movie. He doesn't do anything of actual note. He doesn't do anything of importance. he's just there to be a token trans character. And apparently, his role in the original stage play and the original movie, which again, in that one, Nobody's was a tomboy instead. But in the original, Nobody's was apparently even a smaller role. And it's like, I don't see how you could be a smaller role and still actually be in the film. Nobody's had like the smallest role possible. Like, it's insane how unimportant the character was. You could take out Nobody's completely and it wouldn't change a thing about the film. Like, it would change literally nothing because Nobody's had no real input into making this film what it was. And that's why he feels like a token trans character to me. Because he's there, he's trans, he's even played by a trans actor, but he has no actual purpose. He has no actual relevancy to the plot. He's just there. So it's like, yeah, they made Nobody trans, even hired a trans actor to play him. That's cool. But that's not real representation. And that's not what we're looking for. It's doing literally the bare minimum. And it honestly annoys me. But it's not my only issue with this film. The main female lead, Maria, at one point also emotionally manipulates her brother's girlfriend. I'm not even going to explain exactly how it's done, but it's like, I'll just say it's near the end of the film, and it's so gross what she does that I just honestly can't stand it. But there's also a couple characters who die, one from each. Well, there's more than these two characters who die, but speaking specifically on these two, there's one from each side that dies like within the same time frame as each other. And again, you kind of only feel bad for the shark, for the Puerto Rican character who dies, because they're actually a likable character, a very likable character even. And they're completely on the right side here. While the Jet who dies, it's like, is absolutely despisable the entire film. He's an absolute shit piece of crap. And so it's like when he dies, it's like I don't feel bad. I'm actually kind of happy that he's gone. And the ending, like, is very just, again, this movie is basically just a modern retelling of Romeo and Juliet. Modern for the time and everything, of course, but you get what I'm saying. A more modern retelling. And it's, again, the music is okay. I mean, I only like some of the songs. The direction, acting, and choreography and all of that is great. All of that's great. I will give it that. But overall, the movie just was kind of there. I don't know if the original is any better necessarily. I don't know if anything more is just done with it there to make it feel more believable, especially with the romance between Tony and Maria, which in this version very much does not feel believable at all. It basically relies super heavily on the love at first sight trope, which I have never liked. I really don't like that trope. And it's like it very heavily relies on that. And it also relies on being blinded to bad things by love, which is really fucked up. There's so many issues that I could find with this. It's not perfect by any means, and it's definitely not the best musical I've seen. modern or older, but it's not terrible either. Like it's entertaining enough to have kept my interest. Um, so I'll give it that. And I guess it's just subjective on what you think of it and whether or not you can forgive certain things about it. Um, and if you enjoy it, if you love it, that's amazing and that's great, and I fully support that. I fully support everyone having their own views on anything I talk about or anything I react to on this channel. So please don't just take my personal opinions and my words as truth. It's just subjective viewpoints. um, but either way, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of Steven Spielberg's 2021 remake of West Side Story? If you've even seen it. If you haven't, I don't know why you're watching this review unless you're using it as a way to gauge if you want to see it, but um, I would still say form your own opinions on it, make up your own mind on what you think of it, and tell me in the comments below, what do you think of it? And if you've seen the original, let me know how it compares. Because I haven't seen the original. I haven't seen any other adaptation of this. So let me know. And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See you all next time.